Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley.
I'm Chemda.
There, Keith and Chemda says, Jeffrey, keithandthegirl.com/awards has it all. Yous weren't lying. I love it. I love you. Thanks for taking the time.
Oh,
how fun is that? keithandthegirl.com/awards. It's all the award shows we do. You'll see exactly what I mean. They're so fun. We nominate people. You nominate people. We play the clips from the show. Then another follow-up show. We call the winners live on there. It's a lot of fun.
I also like it because now that we have over 3,600 episodes, if you're new and you listen to all the award ceremonies, I feel like that page sort of summarizes the 18 years that we've been doing. And it's not like you have to know our history, but then you get a couple extra giggles. Believe me that, other people are picking up that you don't. So
it's fun to know 1 year, happiest moment, wedding. It's fun to follow the next year, the saddest moment of divorce. It really tells you everything you need to know. And speaking of awards, this person has been featured on them as well as our marathons, our live shows. Fantastic. Jess Wood. Hello, Jess.
Hello, Keith. Hello, Chemda. So lovely to be here. Thanks for having me.
Well, it's exciting to have you here, I think. And I say that because you're back in New York City. When we previously talked to you, we were all pretending you loved Arizona, correct?
It was Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Albuquerque, New Mexico, right?
And I did love it. I did love it. But as anyone knows who's ever been to a small town, there's only so much you can do, really. Then you got to split. Then you got to go. It's small towns are small towns.
Like what? You were looking into stand-up or plays, and you're like, all right, there's only so much here. Was that what it was?
100%. I was featuring for people coming through town. There wasn't a really big comedy scene there. And when I say not a big comedy scene, I mean, I was one of, I think, 8 women comics. And not all 8 could do, more than 10.
You didn't have to finish that. Yeah. We got it. If there's people.
Do you think about staying there and running the town?
No, not at all. They have wonderful leaders there. The Sarah and Kelly, who run Dry Heat Comedy Club there now. Sarah Kennedy, she was out here for a while. I think you guys probably know her.
And all praises, here's the problem. You lived in New York City for quite some time and you soaked it in. You weren't one of those people who just stayed at home. Like you skated around absolutely everywhere, even before there were bike lanes. The problem with the folks who got to experience New York City on a real level for like about a decade or more or something like that, that there's an Albuquerque, New York City, just like there's a Chinatown and an Astoria for all the Greek people. So, there's an expiration date for everywhere that you move because you're like, okay, and now what? Because I saw this. So.
Pretty much. I mean, I would say there's probably not an Albuquerque, New York, unfortunately, because there's no Native Americans here anymore. So that was who.
Just go upstate a little bit. You know what I mean?
Well, my friend came by from Albuquerque. A comic came through here. He's a native comic, and he talked about one of his bits is like, "Hey, you guys, I brought you these bracelets back. I was wondering if I could get the island." And no one everyone was like, they got real scared.
He should do that at somewhere called you go a little up north to Connecticut, Mohegan Sun, tell the jokes. And then when they don't laugh, tell them to look at their own receipts that says his history.
Yeah.
I listened to Jess's podcast, of course, Get Wood. And just funny that she moved back here and then he's the tourist already.
Well, I really do. I try to be as present as possible.
Oh boy, this is like the bless your heart of let me tell you a story.
Oh no, oh God, no, I'm not telling you to fuck off. I really believe that you have to be present or else you'll miss shit. Like I would miss stuff if I wasn't trying to be with the feet on the ground all the time and watching everything and talking to people.
What happens with the tourists?
Sometimes I hate them and sometimes I love them. Like everybody, I think here goes through.
What are you 100% sober now?
No, I still smoke like maybe a hit or two before I go to bed at night.
Okay.
Of weed, not heroin or meth.
Right. That's your business.
I have to say it out loud, though. I know I've been on this show and I've divulged all the drugs that I've done, but Because I got I'm in a play and I have to remember all these lines. So
right.
It doesn't help to get stoned.
Okay.
Well, what I understand, and this is my source is Grace and Frankie, the TV show, is that if you study high and then you take the test not high, but if you study high and you take the test high, you're doing it right.
Well, all right. Well, what if you were sober when you auditioned, sober on the callback, and then you have to kind of show up sober?
You shot yourself in the foot on that one. I once had a job where it was understood I had to come in at 9 a.m., but they never said. So I came in at like 10:30 and just kept doing it. Oh, it's about how you set the tone.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Well, I also came and gave everyone notes, and I wasn't the playwright or the director. So as an actor, it's very different than being a comic. As a comic, you have so much control and you're editing and it's always the process. Well, I came into this thing like a comic. And
well, does anyone like you still? Or
they actually like me more, and they changed a bunch of shit. Because I pointed out that some of this stuff wasn't working out. And, but I also was mean. I was also mean the first week. I'm not going to say I was a joy to work with the first week. Because look, it's about a punk band in the 80s. This play is about a fictitious punk band from the 80s. Okay. And there's a scene in it where everyone's in a mosh pit. Except for me, I'm doing like a heavy monologue, and there's these people moshing behind me, and they're all actors, and a lot of them had never been to a mosh pit or seen a mosh pit. So the director put on a video of a white kid named Brian, who I pretty much think he was in his mom's basement, and he was showing you how to mosh. And then these poor actors, yes, thank you for that noise. And these poor actors had to then try to mosh in the rehearsal room. And they did a few minutes of it. And, bless their heart comes up now. Fuck, man, it was so hard to watch. And my punk rock heart, I wanted to burn the place to the ground because I am an ex-punk rocker. So they stopped the moshing, air quotes. And the director looks at me and she says, Jess, what'd you think? And I look around at everyone and I go, I think they're all a bunch of fucking posers. That's what I think. And, that's not nice.
You're like, I think I would have robbed them all.
I'm gonna cut everybody in this fucking joint.
All you gotta do is push each other, and you're doing it weird.
I mean, I told them, I was like, I could have showed you in 5 minutes. We didn't have to watch fucking Brian for it just got me cranky. But also coming off the weed, you get cranky.
Sure. Can you give us pointers on how to be in a mosh pit?
No, I can just show you, like, physically. Pointers is like, don't, be kind. Don't, if someone's on the ground, help pick them up. That's what people have a hard time believing, is that punks are actually much nicer than, say, I don't know, hippies, they're much nicer.
Well, I like that in the play. Somebody probably won't end up on the ground, but it's good to know that you guys are ready to help pick somebody up if they do fall in the made up mosh pit.
Yes, thank you. It is a very good. The play is fantastic, and it's getting to people in a way that I can't even believe. Like, the people that come to see it are very affected. It's really nice.
It's called The Best Punk Rock Band in Conway, Missouri, but we don't go to Missouri to see this, right?
No, you go you basically do. It's 181st Street. So. Really, best punk band in Connecticut, really. But it's great. It's at a church, which I thought was a pretty funny location for it, but that's the space that the theater company has right now. And it's in the church, like, does their thing. I don't know what you call it. It's in service, the church. Right.
By the way, good thing it's a play and not a TV show, I suppose, right? I mean, do you know people that are struggling or nervous because of the strike?
Almost everyone I know is out on.
I didn't know everybody I knew was a writer.
Well, they're also actors, and they're also people that are in, maybe they do crafty or electric. I mean, anything that you take part on set is important to get the production done, and nobody wants to scab it up. That's the worst.
Do you think AI is going to take writers' jobs? Because some of the TV, I'm surprised the person wrote that in the first place.
It's a fucking scary. I mean, Keith, come on. It's scary. It's scary. I can't say no. I've seen I've seen jokes, I've seen songs, right? You've heard songs that they've done. I mean, I don't.
You can have the Beatles singing Kanye West. So yeah, it's not just writing. I'm not exaggerating.
Right.
It's insane.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you guys grew up reading, 1984. My people that I grew up with were very convinced that this kind of shit was going to happen. They figured technology is not all good. And,
well, if people didn't read 1984, which I did again as an adult, because I got to say, like, I only faked it the first time. And the middle was rather long, but I get the point and I see it happening. So point 1984. Yes.
The point is what? The government's watching everything?
They're so in control beyond what we already know that it leads into a control so deep that you would even give up the love of your life to just kind of like let go of the pain, and we just keep numbing ourselves and keep just doing what we're supposed to do, quote unquote. I think I'm getting it right. Here's the thing that you could do if you don't want to read it. Idiocracy. Right. The movie, it's 1984. Basically, I think so. And what are they wearing in Idiocracy? What did we learn? They're wearing Crocs.
Mm-hmm. I don't like that.
Why are they wearing Crocs? Because the person who was in charge of wardrobe needed a whole bunch of shoes that looked futuristic, but were so dumb that it wouldn't be popular. And she chose Crocs. And they were like, what if by the time the movie comes out, the Crocs are big? And she's like, they're so dumb. They could never be big. I am wearing Crocs right now. Because anyone who's not wearing Crocs just has never put Crocs on their feet. And if you don't want to wear Crocs, don't make that mistake. Because once you put them on, you're just like, okay, I will look like a total idiot with these holes in my stupid ass shoes in whatever form they want to come out because they're so comfortable.
God. I'm so sad. I'm so sad because all I think of is Crocs and leggings and sweatpants. I mean, remember, it wasn't that long ago on Seinfeld when the actress came in and said, sweatpants, what did he just give up on life? I mean, what the fuck happened? Everybody's just in fucking leggings because they're so comfortable. They're comfortable. Guess what's comfortable? A dress. I'm in a dress. You know what this took? One zipper up. You know what it looks like? A fucking normal fucking person, not just I crawled out of bed and I'm so depressed. Everyone looks depressed to me. Like a bunch of fucking, just fucking nothing. Just like, bleh. Or all the girls with like fake everything. There's nothing in between. There's like no middle class. There's no middle ground for our looks anymore. It's like either you're fucking disgusting, like bedraggled, which probably means you're doing well. You're very well off probably. The worse you look, fucking rich bedraggledness. And then the poor people are like, oh my God, help. I need longer eyelashes or I won't look like a woman. Like what the fuck is going on? And you know what? In Albuquerque, they call the eyelashes cumbrellas. And God bless Albuquerque for that. God bless Albuquerque. They're hilarious. But everyone's too fucking lazy. Put on. New York used to be a fashion mecca. You know what it is now? Bunch of outlined fucking asses. I don't care, ladies. And then I go, are you comfortable in those? They're so comfortable. But you know what I don't like? All the guys like look at me when I'm walking on the street. Bitch, I see your vagina lips. Like I can't, I'm sorry. You didn't ask me, but I'll tell you. Very upset. And Crocs are just the tip of the iceberg. The fuck? Oh my God, you guys. I wear sneakers. They're really comfy and they're cute. I don't know. Oh boy, it's a sad state of affairs. Oh my God, you guys. I'm going to win the award for most anxious in this year. Most anxious lady. That got so sad.
You could smoke a little now, right?
I mean, I could. I don't have a show tonight. You know, it's dark on Mondays, guys. But oh God.
Is this why you hate the tourists? Like, you're not even trying. We have the Met Gala, for God's sakes. Do something.
Oh, but even the Met Gala. I mean, how many homeless shelters could they have built with that one little Nas X outfit? You know, like all I think of is like how many fucking homeless people I walked over, and this bitch has a train with a fucking homophobic, fat phobic, fucking misogynist on it. Like, celebrate. Like, what in the? Oh my God, it's a distraction, you guys. It's just a distraction. You know.
What are we supposed to be focusing on? What are we
Close. How you do anything is how you do everything. Put on shoes, she's saying.
What are we supposed to be focusing on? The fucking mental? I mean, I don't want to bring it down, but there was a man murdered the other day in cold blood in the middle of the fucking day in front of people on the subway. And the man who murdered and the man who was murdered, both completely mental. And we did it to both of them. So we need to kind of maybe talk about how the fuck this country has gotten in such, we just continue to let it go. Like, whatever. Kylie Jenner, right? I mean, my God, I love that makeup. Like, are you kidding? What's up? Have you watched Yellow Jackets? Like, what the fuck is, hello? Nobody talks about, I don't know. Is that too, no, they are talking about it. I just don't see it. I don't know. I'm very upset. Yes, that's what they should be talking about. How the fuck how the fuck people go out and fucking kill each other all the time. We let kids die. I don't know. It's a sad state of affairs. Ooh, is this a comedy show? I'm sorry. Ooh, oh dear. Did you see the flyer for the show? It's a beautiful show.
And now that we've gone global,
right?
Let's come back local.
Well, you know,
let's
you
breathe
talk about
into the moment.
1984, and I mean, we have our own phones watching us, of course. I was going through Instagram last night. I'm starting to get how to stop watching porn ads.
Well,
this happened to be between me watching porn.
I think that's better than the ones I get. The targeted ads. Were you abused in the women's jail? And I'm like, what are you talking about? I haven't been to the women's jail like in a long time. You know what I mean? Like, why would it come up now? I don't need that.
Wow. How closely should we be paying attention to these ads? What am I being sold?
Right.
Whoa.
Maybe they're right. Maybe there's
Crocs. You're being sold Crocs.
Nobody's supposed to be touching 6 times
nobody
a day.
Nobody has to sell me Crocs.
There. You just get it. Ooh.
So it's these. So it's, you know, how to. I never looked up how do I stop jerking off. Overcome pornography without using willpower. The world's best software for quitting porn. Then the next ad I get is create your own AI friend. You can make her caring and flirty and female. I'm like, you gotta pick what algorithm. So we're not there yet, but it's watching.
My ads are, would you like to visit this campground or this hike space? And would you like to have this meal delivery? Because recently I've been searching, like, how can I make my meal prep easier? That's my timeline.
And I'm seeing something else. By the way, we know, like, what they used to do on Instagram, things like this, people would just, you know, steal other people's content. Yes. That's it. Then people go, hey, you got to give people credit. So what they do now is steal the content, even leave the typed words of the meme because they don't know how to do anything but show the whole picture. Then on the bottom, they add a joke themselves. That doesn't mean you created the whole thing. Now what they do is you'll see like a clip from Seinfeld, but it's not from NBC or anything. And they show the faces real fucking close and odd. And that's so that the algorithm doesn't figure out, hey, this is a show you already know. Then I think the algorithm started picking up on that, computers, I mean. And so now what they do is they steal a clip, these websites, these meme accounts, they steal a clip, but you'll see it on the top half of your screen. And on the bottom half is something totally different. Like here's I'm showing you a picture. Here's you know, some story that they're just copying from somebody else, and then on the bottom a race car driving around, and that confuses the thing into knowing, hey, this is somebody else's content.
Meanwhile, they're just teaching it how to be better.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I follow a kid on Instagram who tells you like tricks to get more followers and tricks to get this and that. And the shit that he comes up with, I mean, and I know it must work because the kid's got all kinds of people, but stuff like make a fake account, go to your account, what you've just posted, and then post like, I can't believe this woman, look at what she's doing, and get into a fight with one of the followers that likes the other post. Like, what the fuck is happening? And that's, I mean, I guess if you're not doing anything but hiding out from school shooters, you have all the time you want to fucking figure out how you can best get your followers up. I don't know. What else are the kids doing, these poor fucking kids?
Do you ever think about starting a meme account or something? Like if it's this fuck, I just read some guy's a millionaire. He eats in the shower. The water's not even getting on the food. So what's the fucking point, asshole? And what am I doing? I'm trying to write scripts and shit. Do you ever just go, who gives a fuck?
Yes. And it's KISS, the KISS special. Keep it simple, stupid. That's what all I hear. Keep it simple, stupid. Right. Why are we dumbing everything down so much? Because people can't handle it. You mean people can't? What? Well,
you look at it, you look at something online, the very first thing they say is wait for it. I'm like, well, I assumed I would. Right? No, stop. Like, I just got here. Okay.
Well, let me ask you this then. When someone suggests that you watch a show and they say to you, oh, Keith, you'll have to watch like the first 3 episodes first before it gets really good. Do you fucking watch that show?
No, I'm out.
Okay, thank you. Ham?
It takes me so long to watch anything that I mean, it takes 30 people saying like, please just watch the first 3 minutes. And then I'm like, I guess you guys really are passionate by this Jurassic Park place or something. Maybe I should watch, that kind of thing.
Wow. Yeah. So you're catching up from way back. Yeah, you're catching up. Okay.
Do you, what's the last thing that got your goat? That you just started losing your shit because quite frankly, I live for it.
Everything. I told you, I'm pissed at I hated the way they made us mosh pit, the actors mosh pitting. That fucking made me insane. Then they told me that the church, we were going to have the play at the church. I said, oh, can we turn the cross upside down? And they were like, absolutely not. This is a working church. I go, so it's fucking working. What? We're punk rock. I got very mad. And then, a man was on the subway the other day and he was harassing my friend, one of my castmates, this fucking big white man. And he was going to pull the emergency cord. And then he was yelling at the guy. And I go, sir, I yelled at him. The thing is about me, I shouldn't be alive still. So a lot of times I will go out of my way to disrupt a disruptor maybe, because this man wanted to beat up my friend. And I was like, sir, leave him alone. He's a good boy. Because this my castmate is like in his 20s. So I had to yell at this man. And that got me. And then nobody fucking helps on the subway anymore. Like everyone just is like looking. I remember, I don't know. Am I crazy? I think people fucking used to go, hey, leave her alone or something. They would stand up for you, something. Right. Now everyone just sits around like with their phone and just fucking records you. So I go, let's get to the other. I go, come on, let's leave this motherfucker to his own devices. Let's go to the next car to my friend, right? And he goes, all right. So we get up, and before the doors open, I look at the whole crowd that fucking is looking at us. And I go, yeah, you know what? Thanks a lot, New York. And then I fucking flipped him off and we went to the next train car.
We need a second 9/11 to bring everybody together for a good 3-4 weeks.
You would think so much shit happens here. You would think that we would be bonded. There's too many new people. If you came after Uber, you got to get the fuck out, Was your experience on the subway after the recent story about a guy being choked to death? No.
Yeah. I think everybody's just worried to get, they're going to get involved, I guess. But yeah, I think I did notice that. Have you noticed that, Henda, that it used to be like, hey, shut the fuck up. And now everybody's just quiet and scared.
I don't know. No, because I still see people who, a person just called me an idiot yesterday on my bike. Maybe people are just happy to call the bike riders idiots because they're happy to shake a fist at me all day. But then there are also people who just are smiling at me as I smile back. And that's maybe because I'm high and I'm smiling on a bicycle and they're like, oh, hi, I don't know. But I think all of it exists. It always has. And it's going to continue existing, the bad stuff and the good stuff. I think you get smiled at sometimes during the day, and I think you get yelled at sometimes during the day.
I connect a lot with people. I connect a ton with people on the subway.
So do you feel like young men? Do you feel like you go from the peace, namaste, and whatever to what the fuck happened to you 20 minutes ago?
Yes.
New York City needed. Yes. Is there an in between for you?
That's the practice.
Fair enough. That's right.
Are you you're in this play? I've heard about these plays. You guys banging each other?
Funny you ask. There is there are there are two couples who kiss. I mean, they're not, they weren't coupled up when we came. Excuse my window, just it's flying open. But the youngins, the boy and the girl, who they have a kiss, and we were discussing, we pretty much think they're boning now. I mean, why not? You're in your 20s, you got to kiss some cutie. But as one of there's the older band, which is me and my two guys. And then there's the younger band. That's our younger selves. Mm-hmm. So it's the 20-something-year-olds. So all of us cast it's kind of fun. I have to say, just on an aside, you all knew that I used to love to have sex with younger men in their 20s. That was like my big thing. Yep. I mean, I talked about it. I bragged about it. I was very excited about it. Now I have to say, I'm changing my ways. I don't, because I've gotten to hang out with a couple men who are my age and the kids who are their age. It's not no judgment or bad or, I can't believe I used to fuck young guys, but it's just not attractive to me anymore. You guys, I'm like evolving, I think.
Right before our eyes. My goodness.
What's different? Why are older men better? Go ahead, Jess Wood.
Well, we get each other's movie references. That's for fucking. I love a good movie quote. I love a movie quote. And
if I'm like, fuck me like we're in Ghost, don't stare at me like you don't know what I'm talking about.
Exactly. And you'll be like, what, you saw a ghost?
Right.
But that's really one great thing. But back to the kids. So one of my castmates, who is my peer, had said, it happens on set, in movies and on TV and in theater, where you do share a kiss with someone, pardon me, or an intimate moment, and your body really doesn't know that you're acting.
Sure.
I mean, people can say all the time, oh no, we're professionals and we don't feel the thing. And you do try not to, especially if you're married or in some sort of thing.
Well, I think professional isn't being professional more like you understand that you're being paid to kiss them and you're not dating now. Like, it's not about like,
well, that's what you hope. But remember, Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt are a perfect example of meeting on set, having an intimate performance, and him leaving his lady for her. I mean, it happened all the time. It happens still. So what my castmate's point was, to your point, Chem, was like, look, it feels different because you're in a magic little make-believe fucking place. You're not at you're not in your dorm room right now. You're like on stage. So
Is it your job? Is it your job to protect them? To protect these younger people that think they're in love?
Hell no. Okay. Hell no. None of my business, baby. No way.
Who's better in bed, the younger men or the older men? Fingers crossed.
Oh, God. I haven't had enough older dudes yet.
Okay.
No. But I do hope for the best, Keith. I hope for the best.
Sure. Are you seeing anybody now?
No.
No. Now this is interesting because usually, let's be honest, there's like a 5 or 6, 3 of them know each other.
It's true. You're not telling lies. Right. I'm a very promiscuous young lady of a certain age. I just feel, I don't know. I feel like with everything going on since I've been back I don't know. I like hanging out with me, and I don't need distraction right now. There's so much going on. I don't need to be distracted.
I know. Just be careful. You might end up on my algorithm. You know what I mean? I like hanging out with me. I did too. And now I'm getting warning fucking things. Oh, well. You live near Coney Island?
Yes.
Did you used to live there before?
Yes. Same room, same spot.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
They saved it for you?
Yes.
Okay.
I just recently biked out to Coney Island. It is pretty far out. It is almost the furthest in Brooklyn, right? You're right by the beach, and there is an actual, what do you call it, park? What do you call those things?
Theme park?
Yeah, a theme park. But it also all still looks like it's about to fall down. Yeah. It's unbelievable. Even the construction that has started, because at some point, every neighborhood in New York City gets its upcoming. Like it's, oh shit, we didn't know we were right by the water. Like, oh shit, we didn't know we were right by Manhattan. And all of a sudden rent goes up and whatever their specialty is in that neighborhood, right? Coney Island has so much stuff. And you could see right now, a lot of things started getting built right in front of the water. You got water, beachfront property, all this shit. And it has been mid-construction for what feels like could be years. And everything is falling down. And the only thing that continues to thrive and get bigger is Nathan's hot dogs.
Right. Mm-hmm. And the people that eat them, yes.
Well, well, I have to tell you, that's one of the reasons I love this neighborhood is that it's not gentrified, is that nobody lives here except for the people that have lived here for decades. And that feel of New York is still here where it's like, it's kind of dirty. Are
you one of these people that got mad when like Hell's Kitchen, instead of stabbings, we get M&Ms and you're like, why miss the stabbings? What happened to grit?
Yeah. I lived there right before Giuliani came and I loved the porn everywhere. I loved the peep shows. I loved all the trans hookers. I mean, I was like, and you know, it kept the tourists out. So that to me was a plus.
Okay.
Well, you do have a sense that you might get mugged in Coney Island. There is a lack of safe. Like I have a feeling as it gets more into the nighttime area, because it's also neglected for most of the year. No one goes out to Coney Island. Most of the things were closed because the season had just started that weekend. Had we been there the weekend before, everything felt like it would have been closed. Like they know no one's coming out here. And
listen. I have to say something. Okay. They don't close Brighton Beach. It's always open. You go to a restaurant on Boardwalk. It's not very cold if you're used to Ukraine. Like all these people, they're fucking Ukrainian and Russian. They don't give a fuck. And they pride themselves on everything being open all on that side. Now, yes, the amusement park is not open until the summertime, but that's been happening since like 1902. Like this area and I was just telling my friend yesterday.
She's just saying, there's history, but you can take a broom to the place.
Well, it's very clean in comparison to like Requiem for a Dream. Like watch the movie Requiem for a Dream and then take a bike ride out to Coney Island and see how much cleaner it is.
It is true. The actual boardwalk has been changed and updated. But there was no ballpark. There's a minor league ballpark there. The Cyclones, every time the water takes things away, they do have to rebuild. So there was like some forced situations, I feel like.
No, we never lost anything Sandy came and we had to close everything, but nothing was lost.
Sandy didn't take stuff?
No, that was Jersey. They really got bad Jersey. Yeah.
Does Coney Island still have Shoot the Freak where you have you shoot paintballs at an immigrant?
No, it was the owner actually. The owner was the freak. He was
not when I did it. Not
really?
When I did it.
Really?
No, it was this shy little Mexican kid.
Oh,
and I didn't know. It took 5 paintballs to figure out because they're kind of in an alley below you, and I couldn't really tell. And I'm like, I guess it's fun. And I'm like, this is weird.
No, they took that away years ago. Okay. Years ago. No, they redid the park is all redone, and it's pretty shiny. It's pretty shiny. But
I don't think we could use the word shiny, but I will give it.
It's Walt Disney World all of a sudden.
I mean, it is. It's very clean. It's very new. There's a bunch of new shops and new facades and new rides, and I could go on and on. But if you go to Mermaid Avenue to the Bing Bong Fuck Your Life guy. That's like New York in the 90s. That's my favorite spot in Coney.
What's Bing Bong Fuck Your Life mean?
The Nems, he's a rapper and he was like, Bing Bong Fuck Your Life. He had a video that went viral about Byron. Anyway, where he used like homeless people in Coney Island and make a funny video. But
I think this is just how Jess gets people to come and visit her in Coney Island. I get there and I'm like, this is a Disney World. And she goes, no, but you're here. You want to grab a coin?
No, get a chopped cheese and an Arizona iced tea. No, I go to the boardwalk and it's very nice and it's cleaned up. But then you go to Mermaid Avenue, which is behind the boardwalk, kind of inland, where the Department of Social Services.
Inland.
Yes.
How many blocks? Okay.
1 block inland and you are in the hood. Mm-hmm. And so I went And I was so excited because I was kind of starstruck about the Bing Bong guy. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I was like, oh my God, I want to meet this guy. And someone had told me he's on Mermaid Avenue. And then they told me Mermaid Avenue is a little rough. And I was like, whatever. And so I went and I just happened to run into them and see them. And so I was watching them record. They're recording a podcast, of course, right? Because everybody's biting your style. And, and
as rebels do.
I mean,
say, fuck your life.
That's
do
right.
A podcast. That's
you guys know. But so these crackheads were out there and my hair was purple at the time. And they came up to me and they go, yo, your hair, is it periwinkle? This is what a crackhead said to me. And I started laughing and I said, I don't know, I guess purple, right? And then he goes, yeah. And then he paused for a second. And he looked at me and he goes, hey, what are you doing here? That's how out of place I look in that neighborhood, which, I look very in place in the Brighton neighborhoods, but not over there.
You have a Coney Island season pass?
I do.
Yeah?
No, it's my hair.
they still have what do you call they trick me because the freak show. Are you allowed to say freak show?
Yes,
they still have the oddity.
The side show.
I remember going there. I took my sister there when I first came to New York. I thought it was Walt Disney based on what I saw on TV or commercials. And then we get there and it's like, holy shit. And it's everything that I kind of just described.
And it takes 2 hours to get there, does it not? No matter where you are, unless you're in Brighton Beach, I understand, Jess, but any other fucking place in New York City, it's taken 2 hours.
I'm like, where does I'm looking for the freak show. Where is it? And anybody I asked that worked there was like, made me yell it. I don't know. I think to embarrass me or to see if I had the balls to say it. And they're like, what are you looking for? The freak show. The what show? I'm like, I don't know. The freak show. And what do you want to see? I don't know. Freaks. What the? And they're like, oh, it's right behind you. I'm like, I knew it. I knew I was close.
Do they get you for like the pay an extra $1 and come through for the baby in the jar? Or, I don't know. They have
I'm always, if I already paid $10, I'm going to pay an extra $1 to see the world's smallest horse that happens to look just like a tiny dog.
One time we were at I don't think it was Coney Island. I think it was a different state. And you can pay $1 to go into this thing to see the smallest woman alive.
Right.
And I'm like, well, is that museum or is that really gross of me? And I'm like, okay, it's $1. Everyone agreed. We're all consenting. So I'm going to do this. I didn't even look. I just walked right through. I was like, this is too embarrassed. I don't even know. I didn't know how to look.
Yeah.
I kind of like sideswiped. I'm like, okay. And we did that. And I was just so uncomfortable. Like, how am I paying to look at another human being and go, huh? That's what you people look like. I was like, what are we doing here?
Do you go to those, Jess? I mean, they try to make you feel comfortable in that they show you something that they know is going to shock you. And then they throw in like a good message. And my point about telling you about being a flipper baby is that people can grow up and be anything. Here I am. I got to meet you. Oh, the thing about being a dwarf clown that spits on people is that anybody can grow up and be anything. Are you able to watch that stuff?
That's the thing. This woman wasn't even talking. She was just sitting there. She could have been eating a sandwich. I don't know. But and that's what was extra weird. It's not like she was tap dancing or something. And she's entertaining me. I'm like, oh, so you as a human being is supposed to be entertaining to me. That's awkward.
Well, if you look at it in terms of lineage, you may have a different idea about it because certain families did it on purpose and the women took drugs and did things to themselves and made sure that they gave birth to children that looked different so that they could make a living. I mean, I know now we say like, oh my God, but I don't know back in you don't see flipper babies at the sideshow anymore. You see like sword swallowers and escape artists and women with the split tongue. And it's usually things that people have done to themselves more than what they were born with, like an oddity. So I think it's less a feel of exploitation as much as it is their own artistic wants. And
gotcha. Do they still have the bearded lady?
I haven't seen a bearded lady, but they might.
We all have.
I mean, I am my own bearded lady, if you would like to know the truth. Hormonally, it's a mess. But but I love the whole scene over here. I really do. And I'm actually doing a storytelling show in June on the 25th at the museum at Coney Island, which is a very beautiful, above the sideshow theater. All the old posters and chairs and a stage from in there. I mean, it's really wonderful. And it's kept from the early 1900s. So, not the most comfortable chairs, but come on.
And don't be scared that just 20 minutes ago, she said that neighborhood is just like the 90s and it's
not on Mermaid.
And
I'm not talking on Mermaid Avenue.
A block away, it's...
No, I wouldn't be scared if I was anybody. I get off the train. Listen, I don't want to put fear into anybody about anywhere, but you know where I would most likely be scared is if I was some fucking drunk, rich kid that lived in the middle of Bed-Stuy all of a sudden and was walking with my fucking phone out. I would take their phone. Do you know what I mean? Here, I don't feel that. Here, I feel like everyone's very local. And it doesn't feel scary. I don't like putting fear out there. I don't know.
Jess would think you know where I would be scared? The White House. Sorry, there I said it.
Exactly. At an insurrection with white people around. You know, scares me the military. You know, scares me the government, the NRA. Oh God. Coney Island? No, not so much. I walk around here all the time. And I get off the train. Listen, I take the train to Inwood every day to do my show and back. So,
that's long. What is that?
It's for my dream. I would go further if I was living my dream. You know,
That's at least complain. 5 hours round trip, right?
No, it's an hour and a half each way.
Do you guys live in the same city?
I don't think so. It's an hour and a half. It's the F to the A, and I love it. I always have great conversations with people, and I give flyers away, I invite people. It's interesting how many people are into punk rock these days. I didn't think so many people were into it. Younger, like 20-something kids.
Are we going to have a second Civil War, Jess Wood?
Yes, we are. It's happening, I think, as we speak. I think people are unfortunately loading their artilleries up. I mean, you can hear them coming right now.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
What artilleries? What are we?
People are stocking. People are stocking guns. White people, black people. All I hear about is people wanting to have more guns in their house. It's frightening. Very frightened.
But if there's going to be a war, shouldn't we start collecting?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? What are we going to do? They have guns. We do plays.
No. Listen.
I guess you know how to mosh, I guess.
Yes. And art has done a lot worse for us in the past. Art always helps save people's lives, I think. Art has always been here for people to come together, to get out a fucking voice to be heard, a message. I don't know. Call me hippie, but I would rather be called a punk rocker. But, anarchy, I don't know. Can you have chaos in all this? They're numbing us, with everything. They numb us. And so I don't know if we can pick up and have a civil war. Everybody's so scared to say anything.
That's the good news. I'm looking at my phone. Wait for it. And that's keeping people from fighting each other.
Or maybe they're so upset about waiting for it all the time that they're fucking frustrated and they go to the mall and shoot a bunch of people.
Could be.
It's fucked up. I don't know.
When's the last time you cried?
Oh my God. Earlier today.
About just life in general?
Yeah, I was listening to something about Ukraine on the news. And last night I watched 60 Minutes and there was a war photographer that was featured and his photos made me weep.
Did you enjoy it?
I did.
You sick bitch.
I thought you meant to cry. When was the last time you cried, Keith?
I don't watch the news like that. So it's been a long time. In fact, the last time would have been the news and it would have been Black Lives Matter. And then I guess I'm like, everybody's fucking insane, and let's hope for the best. And I stopped watching the news. These, there was another. I was saying this. I think it was on last week on Keith and the Girl, and Rod brought up. I think it was Rod brought up a school shooting, or I brought up a school shooting. Goes, no, that was a mall shooting. I'm like, who fucking knows?
Right.
I don't even feel stupid.
Right. And well, look, working with kids that are in their 20s and asking them if they know certain movies, like, oh, you guys, what about Pulp Fiction? Did you, because some music will come on and be like, oh, this from Pulp Fiction. And they go, that was just like violent for violence sake. And I go, what the fuck are you talking about? And they go, what on a, oh, that, or like Scarface. We don't understand why you guys like Scarface so much. I mean, it's AR-15s and all that. And I go, oh, you know what? You're right. Because we did watch Scarface recently. And the end, I joked with a friend of mine. I said, what the fuck is this ending? Like 2023? Like, oh my God. Because it's all just, but we thought it was so made up. There was no way that could possibly happen.
Right.
I mean, did you see that if we're talking about that kind of stuff, the commercials for joining any kind of military, it looks like a trailer for a movie.
Yeah.
You make friends. Point a gun. Remember Rambo? That's you. Look at all your friends. Let's march together. It's not dancing when it's bros. War.
I remember they showed one of those hype movies hype videos whenever we graduated boot camp, and they show like tanks jumping over shit, and you're encouraged to go, yeah, hoorah, and be into it. But then we actually only gave a big exclamation when they showed somebody typing or somebody handing out a uniform. Hoorah, yeah, fuck yeah. And they were pleased, but they're fine.
and then 25 years later, they're in the street, like with a mental fucking fuck up. I mean, I just think of how many vets are out in the street. It's just, we don't see, I feel like, how do we not see the hypocrisy of it all? It makes me. Because
there's only so much you could do. We see it. I don't think anybody anywhere is going to be like, no, I think we treat the veterans just fine. But what are you going to do? But what are you going to do at the end? Oh, why do you keep joining? Because you won't be the one that ends up crazy. That's why. Because you won't be the one that gets shot in the leg. That's why.
Because there's a lot of
incentive. Because you're 18 and you're a fucking idiot. That's why.
Because that's your next step, and you don't see another next step. There's a lot that you get out of that veteran card, right, Keith? 10% off ice cream. Come on.
Thanks for the fries, Wendy's.
High life. Yeah. Oof.
Oh my God. Mm-hmm. Oh man. Well, I mean, I have an EBT card and I feel luckier than any vet, so I don't know what that means, but I feel pretty damn lucky.
You got any EBT scams going?
It's not a scam. It's real.
No, I just meant like, there's some things you can't buy. You buy this, somebody else buys that. I don't know. I don't need
liquor or diapers. So I feel pretty lucky.
All right. It worked out.
I strictly get, crab legs and lobsters and stuff.
I remember when I had first time I was on food stamps, and I bought like Viennetta, this fancy, not fancy, but it's fancy toss ice cream. It's like, what are you doing with your food stamps? I'm like, I can get anything.
Yeah. It's food. Yeah, food. But I also, I'm very, and this is not to be like, oh, I'm such a bleeding heart, but I am I will never leave the store without a box of like bars or almonds, some shit that I could pass out when I'm on the fucking subway, because there's so many people that are asking for food. And I give food out every time because I have fucking food on me, because I'm like, if the government's helping me, then the government's helping you, my friends. And I just give some food. And the other day I had to yell at people. I said, that lady was a human, you guys. Nobody wanted to fucking even look at her. Like, it makes me crazy, man.
What was she doing that I was supposed to look at her?
Asking for food.
Well, we knew you had it. And I'm going to take that away from you? It almost looks like it's your job. I don't know what I want to do.
Sandwiches for the homeless. Yeah, I don't mind.
You walk the walk, Jess. You walk the walk.
I'll take it. I don't care. What have I got to lose? I got nothing to lose. And nothing to lose.
Well, here's what we do.
What happened?
We go into, what did you mumble at the end? It sounded suicidal.
No, I said, what happened?
Okay.
What do we do?
Here's what we do.
I'm past suicide. Come on.
If you're in New York City, even if you're not, come to the best punk rock band in Conway, Missouri. Where do I see about tickets?
You can go to Up Theater Company. That's theater with an ER. I don't know why they always say that. That's what they say. It's at the Fort Washington Collegiate Church. And that's 729 West 181st Street. That's right. That's way uptown. But it feels good. My mom is from Inwood originally, and she was an actress. So this is very cool for me.
Oh, that's so great. She moved to LA to be an actress. That's why. So, and you were born and raised in LA, right?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't know she's from Inwood. By the way, Bad Beef is saying, I wish I could cry more. Keith, do you wish you can cry more?
It'd be nice because, of course, I know what you're saying. When does it feel good? Yeah, it feels good. Yeah, I guess I'm a pessimist in a weird way that things don't bother me because of that. Yeah, it'd be nice to cry more, I suppose.
It's helpful. I mean, Chem, if I could say, when I cut down on the weed, the tears came.
Oh, I have no problem with tears.
Oh, good for you.
I'm good. You can cry. I can cry. I could cry middle of our conversation and then move on to the next thing. It's totally fine.
I love that.
I've made my peace with tears. Everyone.
Do you get angry also? Do you get a drop of the hat angry?
Not drop of the hat, but I can get angry. Yeah, I have a rainbow of emotions.
Good, right?
Yeah.
Shouldn't we all try them all out? I mean,
experiment. Yeah.
Sometimes with both of you, it seems like a to-do, though, doesn't it? It sounds it.
Like
I have two emotions, and I just wonder if things are easier over here.
I think you're right. I'm gonna try to cut a few off. I am. How's your digestive system? How's everyone's digestive system? I gotta ask before I go. I swear to you, man. And this is how I know. This is how I knew I was Jewish. My mom got a nose job, changed her name before I was born. I did not know I was a Jew, but this is how I had a feeling. She always would ask me about my shits, and I gotta say, it's very helpful to keep an eye.
Right.
For sure.
Were you raised like that? Were you guys raised like that?
To keep an eye on our shits? No.
Yeah.
No, but I'm a Middle Eastern Jew. Our shits might be different.
Really? Yeah. You don't talk shit at your house. Nobody ever talks shit at your guys' house.
No, especially not as a female, as a lady. We probably don't take shits as far as everybody's concerned. I never farted in my life, so that's interesting.
Wow. Are you fucking serious?
Of course. Yes.
Wow.
Clean and tidy, ready for marriage any day.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Wow. Oh,
if you have a dowry, I have a smile.
Wow. Amazing. No, I recently had asked my aunt, my mom's sister, if she knew how I was potty trained, because I don't have any qualms going all over, and she goes, potty trained, you shat on the lawn like an animal. And I go, oh, well, that makes sense that I am in the way I am.
Horrible upbringing. Yes, that makes sense.
Well, I would like an animal. We could just leave it at that, like that part of the sentence.
Yes.
But did I hear from your podcast that you're having troubles now?
I am. It's my valve, my ileocecal valve. Have you ever heard of people speak on this?
No. There's
a book called The Confederacy of Dunces. It's really funny. It's this guy's only book, and then he killed himself. But it's a great book.
When you're done with your work.
I mean, that's it. He was done. But he talks about complaints of the ileocecal valve. It's part of your intestine. And then Lily Tomlin also complains of it in a movie, Postcard. I can't remember the movie with Ben Stiller where he's looking for his real parents.
Oh, Flirting with Disaster.
Thank you. It's one of my favorites. Yeah. And she pretends to have an ileocecal valve incident to get the cops to go away, like to distract.
So what is it? It's not a brain thing. It's a physical thing.
It's a physical thing. Yeah. In your intestines.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear.
What does that mean? You have diarrhea or constipation?
It's like a little bit of both. It's very strange. It's like the door that's supposed to keep the things in and out, and it's all fucked up. The door.
Oh, it's doing one of those swinging kitchen doors.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And a man your age would understand.
I mean, you would think I would be well versed in this, but yeah, the thing is all the commuting. My poor ass. I'm sitting on my ass for so long commuting. I'm also eating a lot of nuts and fruits and shit like that, where you're not supposed to. Don't do that to your poor system. We need a balance. This has turned into some sort of weird health thing.
I listened to Get Wood, and I gotta cover all the follow-ups.
I appreciate you so much. Understand. You guys are a joy. Well, yeah, health is important. I think feeling
health
good
is important. Yeah.
And I am following my dream, doing everything I can to stay alive and stay healthy. And all of a sudden my stomach's all fucked up. And I go, what, really? And it's too much good food. Like I haven't had a donut or a fucking candy bar. No, I haven't even eaten like that. A fucking show. I sing, I dance. It's a whole situation. I'll be fine.
Can you text me later about your dump today?
I will. Listen,
I'm invested now.
That's my love language.
Can your butt have a Twitter account? And then, you update like today's an innie day, today's an outie day. And you say where your door is swinging.
If you did a Twitter or Instagram and it's your asshole, and that takes off more than anything else you've done, will you not kill yourself?
That's exactly what I thought when she said that. I said, yeah, of course. And then that'll be what I'm known for. And I'll be the asshole lady. And I mean, better than being an asshole of a lady, I guess. I'll figure it out.
All right. So follow Jess online. The Twitter handle is the Jess Wood. Instagram and Facebook both are at Getwood. Anything else people should know?
I'll be massaging my valve. No.
Just listen, wash your hands after because pink eye,
Oh no, I don't put it in. It's on your outside. It's not, you don't stick your finger. Listen, guys, I appreciate everything you do. I love these talks we get to have, for the invite, seeing you in real life is also a joy. Would really like that to happen this summer. I hope that you guys, maybe I'll take a 9-hour trek to Coney Island, scariest place on earth.
I was thinking, this is how much I like Jess Wood, that it doesn't bother me that she's into everybody should dress up and care a little bit. I thought during the pandemic, it would change everybody. And we can all wear flip flops and Crocs. But man, it didn't take like a week or two. People are wearing makeup on Zoom. And I'm like, this is our chance. But you say, no, dress up, people, give a little bit of a shit. Just
a little. I mean, I'm not saying to, I don't fake it. And if you're more comfortable, God bless. I'm too judgmental, man. Obviously, I have a problem with judgments, problem with control. I mean, don't we all? We got some control issues, don't we? I mean,
it's so nice that the three of you could make it today.
Thank God there's only 3 now because,
it's hard
I did
to coordinate.
I had to go to the doctor for that a while back. Yeah.
You heard voices or what?
I would only, it wasn't so severe as a Sybil kind of thing, but I would only, I had characters to react for me in my different emotions had characters. Yeah. Emotions had characters attached to them.
And so did you zone out? Like, were you that person?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It took over for sure. Took over.
Did your other people know about that person?
Yes, there was no real dissociation. Everybody knew about everybody and everybody liked everybody. They come out once in a while and I have to be careful for my own self.
How do you stop it? Do you go, stop, get out of here?
No, I try to be gentle.
Oh, you say, hey, thanks for coming. You're free
to go
now.
I see you. Yeah, like a Buddhist kind of thing where, I practice the fucking Buddhism. You guys, you wouldn't know as much as I'm so crazed. But I do. I say, hey, I see you. I get it. You
ever like pinch your own cheek? Like, look at you. All right.
No.
More than one character come out when you masturbate?
No, that would be I'm going to think about that next time.
Well, you don't want to bring them up deliberately, right? I was just curious if it happened.
I don't know. Maybe my phone will bring one out.
Why are you getting rid of them? we're all getting along and you seem to enjoy having them around. What brings you to a bad place with them?
No, it's exhausting. No. You have to be, not have to be, but it's too exhausting to not be one person.
Okay.
Did one person ever text somebody and then your other person has to correct it? Is one person bad at grammar and the other person's a grammar Nazi?
No, everyone is really very
smart.
Well. Yeah, they talk pretty
sexy, smart.
They're very hot. No, they're not. No, there's not. It's not. I don't have that anymore. No, you guys. No, don't bring it back. No, I don't do that anymore. It's.
Can you watch movies about it, or is it too fucked up?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I can go to bars. I don't drink. I can go to bars. I don't have multiple personality anymore, right. But I can watch movies about it. Sure.
And are you on any medication for it?
No.
So you're doing, I think, is it called holistic when it's not medicated in the Western world?
I don't know. I mean, the practices that I do are just the meditation and exercise and all maybe the natural stuff that they would tell people to do that people go, I don't really want to do that. And then they take medication. This seems to be working for me. No drugs. Mm-hmm. I can't do drugs anymore. I can't drink anymore. I can't, even the weed, I'm less and less all the time. So it's good.
Did somebody tell you, hey, you got to look into this, or you realized on your own? I
was, doing heroin a lot. And then I went to a therapist and she realized that was what was happening. I had just self-medicated my whole life. So right. She caught it. I just thought I was funny.
Did the heroin bring out more people or make them louder or did they make them
quiet?
Oh, so you got some rest on heroin. Right, which is why it was so great. Yeah. Or part of why it was so great. Okay.
You start realizing that when you're judging people with needles sticking out of their arms, they're actually shutting down 6-7 other people. So give them a break, people. Come on.
I mean, that's usually what it is. And that's what I love to talk about more is that what is it that's gone on in people's childhoods usually that's caused such a break as a teen, as a young adult, as an adult in a relationship. What happened as a kid that you self-medicated or shoved away or somehow were so, such a great student that you didn't figure, and then you get married and all of a sudden you murder your husband. I mean, I don't know.
Yes. Why are you so comfortable in a chaotic environment?
Right.
I'm going to look up where to get heroin.
Heroin, piece of heat. I mean, anything to shut it down, just quiet all that shit down. But now it's
Keith, just ask Billy Wayne, Come on.
Sure, right. Oh, get me started. Here's what you want to do also. KeithandTheGirl.com/Jess Wood. Find out when Jess was on earlier. Perhaps the first time she was on might have been with her What's My Name show. But if you're like, well, what are Jess's childhood stories? It's all there. Jess is a giver, and we always appreciate how open and honest you are. And it's great seeing you. And welcome back to New York.
Thank you. It's so good to be back and always great to see you guys.
Is that what we concluded?
It's so great to be back. I love it.
Oh, all right. Okay.
What do you mean? I'm following my dream. I'm living in a killer place by the beach. I'm in a play where I get to, it's awesome.
That's what we heard.
Hell yeah.
I do need to mention that tickets are now available for the game show Sunday, May 21st. I, Keith Malley, battle Micah Fox, her boyfriend, Tim McLaughlin, and their best friend who we just met the other day, Bobby Condon. So there's going to be a little friction there, I think. I think Tim won't be able to help himself. But anyway, that's my kill list. Come watch. Get tickets at KeithandTheGirl.com/tickets.
And this is virtual, so anybody can come.
VIPers, 2022 Kickstarter supporters, your tickets will be in your email this week automatically. All right. Jess, thanks again. Love you much.
Thank you. Love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thanks, y'all. Be well, please.